back, y'all, to this Mischief Night edition. Very exciting. I like it when things time out perfectly, almost perfectly, because it's not quite Halloween, but it is Mischief Night, the night where all the kids used to, and part of me still hopes that they do go out and cause some ruckus,
No,
cause some trouble.
these youths, they do not know how to cause ruckus.
It's a little light, like property damage.
They're on Roblox
if it
doing
even does.
that. They're
I
not
know.
in the streets.
I know. Well, maybe they're doing it on Fortnite. You know, go TP someone's little shack in Fortnite
God.
and do all that. But welcome y'all to another spooky edition of Sho-Dependent. Little thunder crash right there. I'd like to welcome y'all back. Your crypt keeper for the evening.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. That's me. Wispy
Body's
hair. Wispy
like
hair
it,
and all.
right?
Yeah, my knees are feeling like it. My name is Eddie. Welcoming y'all back to another episode. With him, as always, is his gorgeous other half.
Kayla. You're the crypt keeper. What am I?
I don't know.
Elvira? I don't got the boobs for that.
Well, you know what? That's what
we
you
can
get.
pretend.
Mm-hmm. And Bud, as always, is here in. He's here in the building. He's not in the stew right now.
No.
Taking a little nap, getting ready for his night of nights tomorrow. Because
Mhm.
he's always spooky, and tomorrow he gets to shine. But like we said in the last, little double scoop.
Oh.
You got a little ice cream cone, put an extra scoop on top of that. Because we got the man himself, our Dr. Loomis. We've got Bird back in the studio, giving us another fantastic episode of a horror classic.
Hooray!
So everyone, welcome Bird back to the studio.
Hooray! Welcome, Bird. Squaw.
So there was a couple of different names that you threw out there. So you had like horror hosts. So I'm like, oh, well, I can be like Joe Bob Briggs or Sven Gooley or something like that. But then you're like, oh, Dr. Loomis. And that would be appropriate because this is the second time that I'm here and you can't kill the boogeyman.
Ah! You keep trying and you keep coming back.
Yeah. Although Dr. Loomis doesn't say that. I think that's Tommy Doyle. But...
I don't care. Tommy Doyle's a loser.
Hey, you leave him alone.
Evil does not die.
You would smash
tonight.
his pumpkin?
Ugh. Maybe
that sounded weird, but I didn't mean it that way.
Goddamn. But for this one, on this Mischief Night edition, right before the end of spooky season, Bird has brought us
the Italian giallo classic from Dario Argento, Suspiria.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right here, I just want to say that it is partially based on Thomas de Quincey's 1845 essay Suspiria de Profundis, which means sighs from the depths. It's an examination on the process of memory as influenced by hallucinogenic drug use.
Hell yeah.
Which kind of seems very fitting for this film.
Poppin' poppies.
So it's interesting because if this is about hallucinogenic drugs and that essay, or when I say this, the essay, and that essay was written in the 1850s, the only hallucinogenic drug that I'm aware of at that time had to have been opium. Which is, I don't think people use opium that much anymore.
What a shame. It's such
I
a
don't
pretty
think so.
flower.
And what color is it?
Poppies are red.
I always remember them as just like the seeds. And then Mythbusters said, I won't pass my drug test if I eat the poppy seed bagel or muffin.
And they did. But they had to eat a fuck ton of poppy seed bread to
Did
get
they
there.
really?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot.
But yeah. Today we're doing Suspiria. And no, not the 2018 version because that, I mean, Kayla and I saw it. Bird, I don't know. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't been motivated to watch it because when I saw the trailer for it, and you know, maybe it's different in the actual movie, but it's like shot in like grayscale, not actual grayscale, but it's like very
there is
like,
no color,
dreary, and that's weird because we'll talk about it, but like the whole point of Suspiria is like the vivid imagery, and I was like, I'm kind of out. Also, I really don't like Dakota Johnson at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Her
sure
wig
she's a
is
nice
horrible
person,
and not...
but
yeah, I don't know. That movie's weird, and it almost like it's the case where it feels like it shouldn't even be called Suspiria.
No, it
because
should not.
We saw it, and man, it is very different from this one. So let's get on into it.
It's a meet cute baby. It's how we meant this thing.
Susie. Sarah. I once read that names which begin with the letter S are the names of snakes.
So Kayla and I will start this off, and for one, as I said in the last one, this is another movie where I fully believe that we watched this with Bird.
Wrong.
I don't know. It's insane and impossible to me that we didn't watch this together. But now I'm kind of like, as I'm saying this, maybe getting the brain blast I
Wow, he
need
remembered.
to where I think it was that Bird showed us the first
Yes.
scene,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'm mixing that up,
No.
and maybe
yeah.
I'm like, he showed us the first scene, and in my mind I'm like, we watched the whole movie.
Wrong.
But I don't know. Either way, first experience watching any of this was from Bird. But then Kayla and I apparently watched this by ourselves.
Correct. We watched this alone at my parents' house, and it was really dark, and I got very scared, and I didn't know why, because upon rewatch, nothing is really scary. But to me, I mean, it's more of like an artistic experience the second time around, or as opposed to the first time, it's like, oh my God, what the hell am I watching? But no, I remember just being very kind of unnerved, but now I really want to see this film on like one of those TVs that does like the light reaction. So it like the
yeah.
hue lights where you can see it like splayed across the environment around you. I think that this film would be perfect for that experience. But no, I totally understood why Bird liked this film after watching it, and I'm excited to talk about it more.
Hmm.
I first remember encountering this from an old series. It was on Bravo.
Mm.
I don't
Whoa.
remember if I talked about this at any other previous point. I don't think I have, but Bravo ran a series. It was like top 100 scariest movie moments. Shudder did one
yeah.
pretty recently, but this Bravo one was from like I'd say the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, something
Yeah.
like that. And I remember watching that, and I have a lot of fond memories watching that. And I remember this movie Suspiria being on it, and the first scene in the movie, which we will dissect and discuss, is one of their top 100. I don't remember where it ranked, but I just remember it really standing out to me. It's very, very unique, and we'll talk about all the reasons why it is later. But that got me intrigued, and I watched the movie and was just completely enthralled by it. It's especially at that time in my life, I had never seen anything like that. And it is definitely what I would describe as an experience more than a film per
Mm-hmm.
se. And so, hearing that it's based off of an idea of tripping
Drugs.
off of drugs, tripping off of opium, I totally understand and see that. But it's not like nonsensical. Like if you've ever seen Phantasm, that's like you have to be high to even like try to understand that movie series. That's not what this is. This is just more like like painting with vivid
Mm-hmm.
colors. So yeah, watched it after seeing that top 100 scariest movie moments from that Bravo series, and yeah, so that was quite a while ago, but it's a movie that's stuck with me and one I go back to quite frequently. It's one of my top favorite horror movies. It's if it's not number one, it's pretty close to it.
Damn. Look at that.
Slay.
After all these years, we finally made it to number one.
Hooray! Getting to know each other. Meow.
Bad luck isn't brought by broken mirrors, but by broken minds.
This film is capital S stylized.
Oh yeah, I mean, right off the bat, as Bird was saying, I mean this film from the jump is very much like a trip. It's very much like striking, and I mean, we saw a video on YouTube where John Carpenter was talking about how like this first opening scene for him was just like sort of hit him with like, why is this scary? Like, why am I
Mm-hmm.
scared? Why am I feeling this way? Because John Carpenter himself, another master of horror. We did Halloween. He just was very much inspired by this film and like what it brought out in, or what emotions it elicited in himself. Am I using that word right? Okay, good. I'm getting the nods from the English majors over here, so
Mm-hmm.
that's good. But yeah, Bert, if you want to talk about like, I mean, this movie just hits you with it. It hits you with like what you're gonna see right off the bat, and I don't know, it's just super unique. And you don't see a lot of movies, you don't see a lot of directors with a style like this anymore.
100%. And I could totally see why John Carpenter would say something like that because it taps into like what Freud would call the uncanny,
Mm,
this idea of something that on the surface looks normal but is actually off just in some way.
yeah.
So you think about something like a doll. Inherently, a doll is for kids. It's meant to be a play toy. It's meant to be a thing of joy. But a lot of people are pretty freaked out by dolls, and the
That's
Mm-hmm.
true.
reason is they look human, but they're not. And so I think in this first scene, as we are, so I mean, it starts with Jessica Harper flying in to Germany, and trying to go to the famous ballet academy, and it's raining insanely. I mean, it's the
Mm-hmm.
most ridiculous rain downpour you have ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there would be a massive flood if that much rain actually happened. You could say it's ridiculous, but it's also kind of like that's weird, that's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's you know gets to the academy, she's trying to get in, told by somebody over the intercom
Right.
that no, go away, you're in the wrong place, like you shouldn't be here. Um, and then she takes a cab back to like a hotel or something, and then she sees a woman in red running, and then
Oh
we
yeah.
cut to a woman going to a friend's apartment in the most lavish, ornate apartment building that you can ever
Oh my
imagine.
god. The
Um,
wallpaper alone, I was like, I'm gonna get a
Oh
migraine.
yeah. And the
Oh my
room. This
god.
place is wild.
but that's the thing with the uncanny is that on the surface there's nothing wrong with this, but why would just like a run of the mill
Mm-hmm.
apartment complex have this type of insane art, insane colors? I mean, and that's if you could choose, one descriptor for this movie, it's color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everywhere. I mean, red lights, woman in red, red really everywhere. I mean, there's other colors used
Mm-hmm.
throughout, but and then as we get to the apartment, we got to talk about before we go through the actual like climax of the scene. We got to talk about the goblin
Oh boy.
Yeah.
score. So just all these
Yeah.
like weird, odd whispers, which again, uncanny. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah. It sounds
who's
like a
here
like a lullaby, but it's
exactly?
distorted.
Oh
And it was
god.
funny because we were doing a little bit of last minute like research this afternoon, and I was falling asleep on the couch, and I was like, put on Goblin. I wanna. And it put me to sleep because it was like with outside of that context. But in the context of this film, it's very like I feel yucky. Like
Oh, it's crazy with
yeah.
this song. It's like, yeah, I kind of removed from the context. It just kind of sounds like good and like a
Mhm.
lullaby type thing. But when put in the context of Suspiria in this first scene, I mean, it's just kind of like, I mean, Bird, like you said, it makes sense from like the
Mhm.
hallucinogenic opium, like, it's kind of like you open in and it almost feels like you missed out on something.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a dream. It feels like something where you're missing information, but you're seeing this thing happen and it's like ethereal and it's got this huge like this red color going and it's like I don't know, it's crazy. The scene that before, we move on further is just like seeing the woman run through the forest to me is
So
like so
strange.
striking because it's like with Goblin playing, it's like so it like legitimately is like creepy. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you see that and I think about that, you know, again, like putting myself in that situation. If I saw that just randomly and like heard Goblin at that time, I'd be like, we need to like get out of here because something wrong is happening. I mean, Goblin just like the choices they made and like the little like what is it? Like a xylophone or whatever is making that like I want to say like a glockenspiel. I don't know what it
Ooh,
is, but whatever's
glockenspiel.
making
Yeah.
like that noise, um, coupled with like
There's
the
like a
la
big
la la's,
drum too that they
yeah,
hit.
it's just I don't know. You would feel like it's just not the standard horror movie
No.
soundtrack, and yet it's like terrifying, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sticks with you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember when we first watched it, that was in my mind, that was in my head, like all that Halloween season was just
Mm-hmm.
like Goblin was playing in my mind, and I was just like, God, I cannot forget this woman running through the forest. What a start! What an amazing start, and then it just gets kind of more amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick, Bird, before we get into like the big scene that kind of that you introduced us to this film through, could you tell us a little bit about the name Suspiria and how that kind of links in with what Goblin does with this track?
Yeah. So Suspiria in Latin means breaths or whispers. And in this Goblin soundtrack, there's kind of two main themes, but the
Mm,
first theme that we're introduced to is a lot of
Mm-hmm.
whispers and breaths. You mentioned a lullaby,
Yeah.
that kind of evil lullaby,
Yeah.
for lack of a
My
better
favorite
descriptor.
kind.
mm,
So it's a lot of that type of sound surrounding you and surrounding the characters, and it's making it feel like somebody's watching you and you don't know where it's coming from or who it is. And it's, yeah, just like this ubiquitous voice everywhere. And it also, I think, again, speaks to the dreamlike state where in like dream logic, that kind of idea of like, well, everybody's watching me in this
Mm-hmm.
particular moment makes sense. And so like that type of sound seems very appropriate for like a hallucination where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're paranoid that everybody is, looking at you or
Yeah.
staring at you or whispering at you and you can't quite make out what they're trying to say.
yeah.
Well, and they are kind of like, and we'll get into it in a sec, with kind of the lambs to the slaughter kind of thing. You know, she comes in this beautiful, like, white dress and heels, and she's very much like in stark contrast with everything around her. And then she gets thrown into kind of like this chaotic. It reminds me a lot of like Alice in Wonderland. She kind of stumbles into this alternate reality and she's kind of forced to embrace everything around her. So, really interesting.
Yeah, and it's just never a good sign when you first show up somewhere and there's a lady like running out of that building. I'd be like, huh, maybe just take me back home.
Yeah, I think I'm good on the Germany thing. But let's get to the first kill scene. That
Oh.
is so crazy.
So unnamed character at this point runs away from the dance academy, goes to a friend's apartment, um, and goes into the bathroom to try to freshen up, and she gets this feeling that something is looking at her outside.
Yeah.
At this point, the Goblin soundtrack switches to kind of the other main theme, which is a little more of an intense,
Mm-hmm.
high octane theme. And she's staring outside, and then these two eyes appear. and then an arm, a fist comes through the window.
A hairy arm.
Very, very hairy arm. That is true. To essentially, take her out. And pulls her outside and then repeatedly stabs her. Really, really stabs her. We get a close up of
way too many times.
We get a close up of what's supposed to be her heart being stabbed directly. And it's not, current
anatomically correct in
right
any
yeah
way?
it's not,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, but again, like also in this sort of like something's off, it is still kind of like jarring because it's like, it's a heart, but it doesn't really look anything like a heart. It kind of almost looks very fake, but also it works. So then this happens. So our unnamed dancer who's escaped the academy, is being murdered. Her friend whose apartment she's in is trying to get into the bathroom. She can't get in. She leaves her apartment. She goes into the hallway. She's banging on all these different doors to try to get people, to try to help. And seemingly nobody is there. Again, talking about the dreamlight, translight state, that type of logic, right? Where it's like this massive cavernous apartment, ornate apartment complex, but seemingly nobody else lives there other than this woman. So she's trying to get somebody to help. Nobody's responding. Meanwhile, our killer decides that he wants to hang the corpse of the escaped dancer, puts a rope on her, and then puts her over a stained glass ceiling window. And then she proceeds to fall through the stained glass window, hang. Very vivid red imagery of her hanging. And then we get sort of a shot of the apartment owner with a chunk of the stained glass right into her forehead. And this scene is insane and bonkers, and so stylized and ornate. Just all the different colors that you're seeing here. Obviously red is the most vivid one, but there's greens, there's blues, and it's also insane to see the girl hanging and then also the girl with the stained glass through her head. And this is how we kick off the movie, which is as pretty high octane as you possibly could.
We get the title card like immediately after that, right? Or is it before? I can't remember.
I think the title card's earlier. I think it's when Susie's in the taxi, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Suspiria.
Yeah, when we're planting those seeds.
Dancers, they're dramatic. They like to make a scene. They like to make an entrance, right?
If I'm going out, I'm going out with style.
I'm going out, and I'm going to take someone with me.
My blood will be neon red.
Oh, yeah. But
the consistency of paint.
But it works out, too. It's like, again, it makes sense. It's like, sure, the blood doesn't look real, but it doesn't, like, take away from it. It just, like, fits the nature of what we're seeing.
Yeah. I do definitely like want to talk a little bit about like the architecture and stuff because I feel like that adds so much to like the claustrophobic kind of feeling that I get when I watch this movie. Even though you have like lots of really like long and tall forms, it feels like you're still stuck within like this dollhouse effect. You know what I'm saying? It's very like between the nonsensical colors, like the exterior of the dance studio is this insane bright fire engine red, and then internally we have like these teals and like rich greens and what's her name, Madame Blanc?
Madame Blanc.
Madame Blanc. Her office is a palace kind of
insane,
like it's crazy. And I would love to see how they made these sets and what they did because it's like I don't think any of this stuff exists in reality. But
Yeah, I
if
don't
it
know.
does, they must have like built off of a pre-existing structure and then just made it more fantastical. But so cool.
Yeah, the set design and the location scouting must have been insane for this. I I can't imagine
Mhm.
that these places exist. I think, some of them certainly do, but like not a single visual or set piece is wasted here.
No.
The the space does so much in every scene. And in some cases it's like the most important part
Yeah.
of each scene. And obviously very intentionally so. But yeah, it's a very fantastical landscape and architecture and set design that um imbues this world.
I mean, what a wild way to start your first day. And they're like, oh, guess what? One of our students was like murdered last
Hella
night.
died.
Welcome to the stew. Very happy to have you here. It's just like a
Yeah.
dog. What? Why are these people so like weird? These people
Very,
are
very
weird. These people are
strange.
strange in this dance studio. I feel like I can't trust none of them.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It's like it's got to be weird for. And she does. She's like, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But then she just kind of like keeps it pushing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She
It's strange.
assimilates a little bit. Not too hard in the beginning, but once she gets put on that special diet, she's definitely way more, again, going back to like the Alice in Wonderland thing, she's eating the cookies and drinking the tea and kind of going along with what they tell her
Yeah.
to a degree. Um, but also, I think like a really something that I didn't appreciate until we were talking about it right now is like the dubbing effect, I think is actually really effective because we've talked about like how nonsensical a lot of the dialogue is. It's very unnatural. But when you try to recall like how people talk in dreams, like if you're trying to
Mm,
recall like exactly what was said and how it was said, it may not make sense when you try to repeat it, but in the moment it translates. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird.
Well, that's a good point, and maybe it's why this movie works for me more than some other. So this would be what's called a giallo film,
Hmm.
What
which
is a giallo film?
so giallo I think literally means yellow, but
That makes sense.
essentially it is a type of Italian horror mystery. So
Oh.
a lot of giallo movies are kind of like trying to find a killer sort of movie.
Hmm.
So whether that be, we're, there's an escaped, killer on the loose and we got to hunt him down. So all these Italian giallo movies are dubbed. That was kind of the style of making Italian movies. A lot of them will use actors and actresses from all over the globe. So you'll have Jessica Harper is an American
Mhm.
actress,
Yeah.
but then most of the other people in this movie are Italian. Um, so
I know that little German boy is not Italian.
What are you talking
He
about?
looks so natural in that funny little suit he wears.
Yeah.
he definitely looks like he comes from a medieval painting, like a Hieronymus Bosch painting or something like
Uh-huh.
that.
Hmm.
But yeah, giallo films, they can be really really fun. They tend to definitely be very stylized, but they can also sometimes be very nonsensical or like the logic's off or the dubbing is off and can be distracting. But I think you're right. I think for this movie, that effect is actually okay and seems at
Yeah.
home. Um, but as much as I love this movie and as much as I love the imagery and the style and the dreamlike way that the story is told, some of the dialogue on this movie is not
Oof.
exactly, A1.
No.
So like when they're in the locker room and she's changing and the girl that she's going to be living with is like making fun of the two girls because they have names that start with S.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, S names. That means that you're snakes.
Snakes.
And then she like hisses, and then
Mm.
and then the other
Sticks
girl's
out her
sticking out her
tongue.
Oh
tongue.
my god! And I'm just like, are they gonna
Are they gonna kiss?
do it? What's
Oh,
happening
oh,
here?
no.
But it's just like,
Okay.
yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
I don't know. they're being weird. Girls
It's
are
just like,
weird. You
yeah.
guys don't get it. We're weird.
Oh yeah, is that
Girls
what it
are
is?
weird.
Girls are
We're
weird.
silly. We're silly little snakes.
I don't know. It's strange. Man, that kind of like goes along with my whole thing. It's like, why is everyone so weird?
I don't know.
Why are you like this?
Dancers are weird. I grew up with one of my best friends was a ballet dancer, and she has German ancestry, but she was instructed under a German ballet teacher, and oh my God, it is an intensive energy. So
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah.
But there was also like that scene. Who was it? Was it like the guy, or was it a woman?
Oh yeah, the guy that likes
Where they're like, I have something to tell you, and they're like striking like a super weird pose. Like,
no,
what?
that was the girl in the
Is that the
locker
girl?
room.
Yeah.
She like presses her
But she's-
body.
yeah, and I was like, what is this? What do you
Putting
mean?
moves on for her.
Just tell me what it is. I don't know, but yeah, I mean this, and in this movie, I just feel like dude, things are happening.
Yep.
Things are happening, and they like happen suddenly, and they kind of happen out of nowhere, but it works,
Mhm.
and like things happen, and they just happen, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
Like this little German boy
Little German
shows up.
boy.
Oh my God,
Oh my
he's in
God.
here, and you're just like, why is he here? What is he doing? And then he's got like,
Being weird and little.
and then he's just standing next to like this old lady who's
Mhm.
like knitting, and then all of a sudden there's like a flash of light
like, I have got a
that,
shiny
like-
knife.
that like
Look at it.
fucks her up. And I'm like, why? Like why? First of all, why did the light do that? And second of all, why is this little German boy here? I don't understand.
Well, it's Madame Blanc's nephew, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, go get a fucking hobby. Go somewhere else, kid. Why are you
Yeah.
just standing around looking at adults
don't
dance
know.
all day?
Like we have that happen, and it's like I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be because they're witches, right?
What do you mean?
or one witch.
I
But
mean,
it's
it's
just
Coven, so technically.
is that in the
I think what is your theory behind why she flashes it? You have a theory?
It has to be something like it's starting the
The
process
process.
of bewitching her
Uh-huh.
is
The
the only thing I can
infestation.
really think of.
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking like kind of testing because I can't recall if this was before or after they got her on the diet.
I think it's
No, it's before.
before.
I think it's before.
I think this is maybe what causes her to be really weak when she's
Yeah.
trying to do that first dance.
Oh yeah, because
It's
she
like
got
testing her susceptibility.
Yeah, and then
Oh, she got woozy.
Ooh, feeling
She said,
woozy.
"Oh shit!"
But she still stayed on point. I'm like, girl, just get on your feet.
She's a
Don't
fighter.
stay on your toes. Just
Nah, she's got to do it.
stand normally. You're gonna break your ankle.
But then who enters the scene? Jeremy Piven.
Oh my god.
It's not really Jeremy Piven, but
it is an Italian dubbed in English Jeremy Piven
Yep.
dressed like he's working on Wolf of Wall Street. But he's somehow a doctor,
I guess.
and he is where I learned that wine apparently builds the blood.
I don't believe that. That sounds fake.
I also don't know what that means either.
I think well, they're saying that she had like an iron deficiency.
Mm.
And they I guess like the nitrates and supposedly supposed
makes
to
it
help
nice and thick.
I'm calling bullshit. She dumps that wine in the sink later. That's not wine. That is not wine.
No, it's
Yeah.
just paint.
It's just you've been drinking paint. You've been
think-
lead poisoned.
Yeah, I was
Queen.
gonna say I think it's the lead, the actual just pure lead that's building up your blood.
Yeah. Ugh,
She gets stuck with like what?
Just a random needle.
Yeah, just
this'll
like
help. Okay, what? I don't even know you. Also, no, stop it. I really hated how her teacher was like force feeding her the water out of the pitcher. That looked uncomfortable. But sometimes they don't have access to glassware.
sometimes. And then what happens next? Another random thing.
Maggots. Bleh.
I don't know. And then this is where I'm just like, things are happening, and we're doing things, and weird things are happening, but it's both connected and disconnected. It feels like I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I think the explanation is that there's like some sort of shipments of meat that were bad or something like
Stored
that,
improperly,
stored
yeah.
improperly, and so it just like completely overtakes like an entire floor. I don't
That
necessarily.
amount of maggots, huh?
Oh yeah, and the way that they're showing it, just like another crazy, soundtrack. And then just like random cuts to like maggots on people's faces and
Yeah.
um
Well, she, what's our main girl's name? Sarah?
Susie.
Susie. She
Oopsie.
spells it weird though. Susie was like brushing her hair, right? And then she,
Mhm.
it makes me itchy. Have you guys ever seen maggots?
Yeah.
I
Oh my
think
god.
so.
Oh, I had one I was
Oh
eating.
no.
And
You were
I
eating it? Ugh.
I almost threw up. It was really gross.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I did not. The context that I saw them were not.
That animal?
No. It was like old dog poop.
Ew!
Oh my lord.
It was pretty awful, but at least it wasn't something I was trying to eat.
That's true.
That's worse. That's worse. Ooh. Oh, I'm all sweaty now. Ugh, I hate maggots. Ooh. Yucky. Anyway.
I don't know really what the purpose of the maggots serve other than to
Get
just
all
have.
the ladies in one room together.
I mean, and that's what I'm thinking, but I don't really know why that was necessary for like this witch coven's plan. I don't think it necessarily was. But two things to kind of segue to that when they're all gathered together, because the floor that all the girls sleep on is maggot infested, so they have to move to a different floor and have a slumber party together.
Ooh.
Nice.
It was a
But
lame slumber party. Nobody was kissing.
one, Madame Blanc, she got some swagger. Like she's
Mhm.
got like some real gravitas. I don't know who the actress is, but she, I think, is also one of the only other actresses that I think has English as their first language and is probably
Mhm.
doing their own dialogue.
Uh-huh.
But she's got some real swagger. The second thing is that's where so Susie is our protagonist, but the girl that she's spending a lot of time talking to is Sarah.
Right.
And that's where we kind of figure out like Sarah's a little nosy.
Just a little bit.
I don't really understand why she's snooping around so much and asking all these questions, because it seems like if she just minded her own business, everything would be fine. But
Oh god.
Stay in
she's
your
not.
lane.
So
I
she's
mean-
like,
It really is like a lesson in like just stay in your lane, just hang out, just do what you need to do. You're there to dance, Sarah. You don't need to be doing
Get
all
to
this.
step.
And it's kind of like because I don't know. It's like she kind of later, to jump around a little bit. She kind of later talks to our main character Suxi, whatever, however the hell it's spelled. And it's like, hey, you know that lady you heard on the mic when you first showed up, that was me. And like I also knew like the lady you saw running away who was like freaking out and all that stuff. And it's like she was kind of like going crazy and snooping around too much. And she told me about it. And I could tell you about it if you want. It's like, you know what? I actually don't really care. And I
Also,
prefer you keep it away
stop.
from me. It's like almost like she got infected by the crazy. And it's
Mhm.
like, let me infect you too. And it's like, no,
Stop it.
dude, I'm here to dance. I don't really need this. Like it's just, I don't know. Like you said, Bird, it's like what is she doing? On the one sense, we got to move the plot along, right?
Mhm.
So we need to facilitate this in some way. But it's just like, Sarah, what are you doing? Like, chill out, because seemingly everyone else kind of just hangs.
Yeah, they're kind of fine.
And I don't know, because like I don't know what you think about it, Bird. Because by the time we get kind of like towards the end, I feel like everyone else is fine because they're like not there, and it's because they kept their head down. You know, they're just there to dance. They get to chill. They
Wanna
get to go
dance.
home, and that's it. Meanwhile, Sarah's over here like, let me cause some problems,
Mm-hmm.
not only for myself but also for you, Susie.
well, it's funny because I don't know really what the Switch Coven is doing
No,
other than like killing students that find out that they are a witch coven.
right?
Are they harvesting like blood, or I think that's kind of tied in, like to
They need the
keep
thick blood.
their head witch alive.
That could be.
youthful blood or
I
something.
don't know. That's the thing about this film is sometimes, most of the
They're
time.
wasting a lot of blood.
Well, and also, we just don't tell you.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, maggots are gross. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, so when they're all together for the slumber party and Sarah starts to like implicate Susie and all these things, she
Right.
like wakes her up. She's like, "Do you hear that snoring? That is the directress." It's like, "Okay, cool."
Go
Leave
the
me
fuck to
alone.
sleep.
Yeah, like why do I care? And
Yeah.
she's just like, "I know it's her."
And then she tells like a 5-minute long story of like why she knows. I'm like, oh my god, just shut the fuck up. Let me
But also
sleep.
like even if but she's saying it like there's something wrong with the directress, and it's like, well, wouldn't it be like that's the person that runs the school? Why
Yeah.
would I be like, oh my god, there's something wrong? Like,
Yeah.
why would I go to a school where I don't like the directress?
She
Yeah.
has sleep apnea. Leave her alone.
Right.
She breathes weird. Isn't that weird? It's like, dude, let me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very tired.
She's an old lady. Maybe she does have sleep apnea. Leave her alone. You're making fun of her for her disability, essentially. And being like, oh, her disability makes her evil. Isn't that creepy?
Speaking of other disabilities, we have a blind man who plays
Oh
piano.
my god.
Isn't
And
that fun?
And I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for the dog.
He's like the one. Well, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I feel like I mostly feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It's like for the other characters, I'm kind of like, whatever.
Mhm.
Even with like our main character, I'm like, I mean, she kind of figures it
She
out.
deserved
She's-
it.
She knows what she's doing, and she's strong-willed, and she's got the moxie to make it through. But this guy, I feel like he's the most sympathetic character to
Yeah.
me because first of all, I don't like the way they did him dirty,
That was really mean.
and it's also like to your point, Bird. I'm just like, what are they? What is their goal? What are they doing? Like they're like, let's put maggots everywhere so we can get all these girls together for some reason. And then like let's just get rid of this blind guy for some reason. Like
He knows what he did.
what did he do?
He
though?
knows what he did.
He didn't even do anything.
He had too much talent. And he was blind.
But it's like he was helping them. And then they were just like, nah, actually fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the way they do it too is they bewitch his very sweet
Yeah.
guide dog
Oh my god, yeah.
and get the guide dog to attack the little German boy.
Oh,
Which
little
was-
German boy.
Which I don't even believe.
I call him
Yeah.
That
bullshit.
didn't even happen. They made it up. He was walking by. If anything, that little German boy was annoying the dog.
Yeah, he was probably kicking the dog in the side. Be
It's
like,
just like, oh, little doggy. Oh.
wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Chomp.
Is that German?
It's close enough for me.
Oh my god, the dog! That dog is just like, man, it's just like dude, I'm on my smoke break, you know?
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
real.
It's like I'm just trying to chill out over here. Like, you know, the boy got too close, and he said, you know,
They fire him in the meanest way possible. They fucking
oh my god.
get your ass out of here. And then they throw his cane on the ground. Like, what the fuck?
I was like, and that's at that point, I was like, you know what? They got to go down.
I gotta burn this place to the
This is
ground.
unforgivable.
Mhm.
So maybe the only purpose of that is to prove that they're evil.
I guess.
I guess.
Because like otherwise it's like I don't know what this witch coven's really doing other than killing people that are like trying to find out about them.
Mhm.
Right. But he wasn't.
No.
Right. So
Yeah,
I think
so
maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
maybe-
whole point.
Yeah, maybe that's the whole thing where like, oh my
These
god.
witches are so evil.
Yeah, where like the plot
kill a blind
demands
man.
like we have to show that they're bad. We have to show that they do evil things. But yeah, this scene is crazy. And
So
it's also
weird.
in an uncanny way. Because this guy's like out and about, having a night out on the town,
After getting fired from his job.
after getting fired, but he kept his dignity. He walked out with his head held high. And then all of a sudden we're transported to another like dream state. Because man, we are in like the biggest courtyard to ever exist.
Yeah, it looks like a Roman like agora or something
Yeah.
like that. Or Greek agora. It looks like a huge, massive open
I feel like they
space.
must have taken something out of that space because the idea of having that much like pavement without like a centering like statue there,
A fountain.
so fucking weird. But he
Mhm.
becomes that like center point, and This is the only part of the movie that I was like genuinely scared watching the first time. I don't know what it was. I think it was just like the anticipation that they build
Oh
and the
yeah.
fact that he's just like so vulnerable in so many different ways because like one, he's alone, two, he's blind, three, his dog is freaking out,
Yeah.
and it's just I just hated it.
He
So
didn't deserve
sad
that. He didn't
too.
deserve that. But
Because the
yeah,
doggy didn't want to.
I mean, I don't think so either. But I mean, it's like to go back to what Bird was saying in the first scene, that first kill. All of a sudden, no one's around.
Yeah, he's walking and yeah, he's in the middle of this massive space. And then the dog starts to get a little agitated. And we see these silhouettes on the columns or like the massive structures that are around this square, silhouettes of witches flying, which I actually
Yeah.
thought was like kind of nicely done because one, it's pretty subtle, and two, I think if you actually like show them flying, I think it's probably pretty goofy.
Yeah.
But instead it's like just silhouettes of them flying. So that explains why the dog is freaking out. Obviously the man can't see.
Mhm.
And then it's setting up for, okay, they're gonna come and like
They're gonna get
all
him.
all get him, or like, the same guy that killed the girl in the first scene
That
is gonna like
hunk.
come out of nowhere or something. But instead, the dog sicks his owner and essentially, yeah, like bites him in the jugular. Yeah, and then at this point, there's two security guards that are like all the way on the other side of the square.
What's
Yeah.
that over there?
Yeah, they pull out binoculars and like, huh, what's happening 2 miles that way? I guess we better get on it. And they finally make it there, and the dog's like eating the blind guy,
Ugh.
taking maybe a little snack, and then he dips, and then it's kind of just like, oh man,
That
I
was
feel bad
sad.
for this guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Transitioning from a guy who definitely didn't deserve it,
No.
and for all intents and purposes, to me, sweetest man in the world.
He
I'm
may
now,
as well have been Santa Claus.
I'm now putting more importance on this guy. The more I think about it, the more upset I'm getting,
Uh-huh.
and the more I'm like, damn it, they didn't have to do this man this way.
Mm.
But someone who they, at the very least, have a reason to kill and to go after, as Bird said, is Sarah, who is very much in their biz.
Yep.
And what happens with her and her and her whole thing is simultaneously like, again, ridiculous, also pretty brutal,
Yeah.
and just like and it kind of introduces, not introduces, but it's kind of based in like a different color than red,
Yes.
because hers is and I wonder why, and maybe Bird, you can give us your thoughts on it, like kind of like what each color means, I guess, because it's mostly red, but for Sarah, her whole sequence is like mostly blue.
Yep.
And just this whole like it culminates in a razor wire scene, which is crazy.
Yeah, so first, this was something that you guys pointed out. She essentially, figures out that somebody's trying to get her, trying to kill her, and she runs into a room and uh locks the door, and then
Oh God.
the killer is trying to use his razor or little knife to like open the door, but it's just doing the absolute worst job imaginable.
It is insane how like it's like
The most
it's
limp wrist,
not
like,
even like almost, it's like purely comical to where
so
it's like
bad.
he slowly like so slowly puts it in the slot, and then like doesn't even, it's almost like he's just like tilting it.
I've seen drunk
not-
people get their keys in
Because he
their
essentially
locks more
all,
effectively.
all he has to do is go up
Yep.
and it'll unlock it, because it's just like a latch, and if he just goes straight up it'll just come off, but he's like, oh fuck, oh damn it, I'm gonna get you, hold on, oh
Hold
shit,
on. I swear I'm gonna
it's like,
kill you.
yeah, I don't know what he's doing, and it's just like and it lasts so long when she's just like staring there and watching it. It's like one or two times, okay, I swear he does it like 10
Oh my
times.
god.
and it kind of feels like, kind of looking back on it, I'm like, maybe that's the point,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is that he is kind of messing with her and being like, oh, I'm gonna get you.
Eventually.
You can't come out this way. Maybe you got to find something else to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Knows what's on the other side. So while the attacker is weakly going towards the latch, she very oddly stacks.
Oh, it pissed me off
Pisses-
so much.
Pissing me off, Sarah, yet
The
again.
boxes are in the least effective order they could have been in.
She's like, let me put the smallest box on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes the most sense. That's the
Yeah.
most stable foundation I think I can go with.
So she stacks up all these boxes, suitcases, and stuff to get to the window. Opens the window and jumps out. And what is waiting for her on the other side of the window? A pool of razor wire.
Which is insane because I'm like, I don't know.
For why?
For why?
Where are you
It's-
supposed to store your razor wire?
Just don't have razor wire. Also, keep it on the spool. I'm pretty sure it comes in spools.
No. Then I don't know how much I have.
You literally do.
I need to
How
see
many
the
spools?
volume. I need to see the volume of the razor wire, and we put it in the razor wire room that every school has. Especially dance schools, they really need
Razor wire is what keeps them in
Then that's where that's kind of where I was like retroactively. I was
dream
like,
logic.
this man is. Well, yeah. It's like, oh man. And then like I woke up and I was getting attacked by an alligator, and then I jumped out of the lake into a bed of razor wires. And then it's just it's just like why is this happening? What's going on? But I'm also like, she had to see that there was razor wire there.
You would think that she would look before she jumped, but no.
And unless it's like kind of the case where like it's supposed to be like pure darkness, and like directors used to do, they're lighting it well for us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
It was a leap of faith, and then it did not pay off.
And then all of a sudden she's like, shit, I should have thought about the razor wire room.
And then instead of, being kind of strategic, she just flails for what feels like an hour.
I mean, no one knows no one knows what they're
I
gonna do.
know what I would do.
When you go into a razor wire room.
Give me a razor wire pit right now.
What's that Mike Tyson quote? Everybody has a plan until they encounter a razor wire pool.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
it.
Everyone's got a good plan until you're swimming in the razor wire. But I gotta say, I think she probably acted the worst way you possibly could have reacted.
So let me move my flesh around every possible
She
angle.
essentially starts like spinning.
Yeah.
Like, let me roll around in this and like not like I don't like. It's kind of like when you watch videos of like people drowning in like
An
3
inch,
inches
yeah.
of water. It's like, stand up.
Stand up. Just stand
up. And then like figure it out. I don't. She made a choice,
There was the wrong one.
and the wrong choice was first snooping,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets what she deserves apparently.
Susie decides to do snooping of the intellectual variety. Puts her big brain on. Then we get to meet who?
So he is allegedly the former therapist of Sarah, because essentially Susie's trying to figure out what
Right.
happened.
Why'd she go bananas, Doc?
Where did Sarah go? Because she's disappeared. She doesn't know that she's been obliterated by razor wire. And so she calls Sarah's friend, who we find out is a therapist that worked with Sarah.
That's not a huge conflict of interest.
And then they became friends.
Oh, they
so-
definitely banged. I'm just gonna say they banged.
It's just like, it sounds like you need some good dick.
Yeah.
Just so happens
I've got my RX pad right here.
I know a guy.
I don't know what his name is, but for all intents and purposes, his name is Dr. Exposition.
Correct.
Because his entire purpose for existing in this movie is to reveal the lore behind the witches that
Mhm.
possess this dance school. So Dr. Exposition, he loves violating doctor-patient confidentiality.
HIPAA's not a thing in Germany. You
And-
know?
And he loves talking about witches and folklore, and just happens to have with him at wherever institute that he's working, the preeminent expert on witchcraft.
The occult? Oh, I've got Dr. Occult right here.
Oh, would you look at that?
And so Dr. Exposition introduces Dr. Occult.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Occult explains to Susie that the school was founded by a Greek immigrant named Helena Marcos, who it seems like he just doesn't like her because she's Greek.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, he looks the type. Yeah.
But essentially, the school was founded to do dance, but also occult arts.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell
then,
yeah. I'd sign me up,
So,
actually.
you know what? I did a dual major in dance and occult arts.
Me too.
He's just like, she's always eating these fucking euros. This is pissing me off because it looks like gyros, and it's like, that's not how you pronounce that word.
She smells like hummus, and I hate her.
Fucking baklava? What is that shit? Is that Greek?
It's
It is,
from
yeah.
a lot of
Okay.
different.
it definitely is.
I just
Yeah.
know that the local restaurant that's Greek sells that.
As a really quick aside, so the Greeks eat a lot of goat.
Mhm.
And I remember I took a Greek class, and you know how like I don't know, like if you took Spanish and
Oh, yeah.
like middle school or high school, there's like a lot of sentences about like burros,
Yeah.
like not an animal that we encounter very often, but
Oh, sure.
allegedly the people
Oh.
creating the curriculum think burros are just everywhere.
I mean, everyone
Mhm.
needs to know where the library is.
That's right. Yeah.
We know the donkeys and the libraries are safe.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was learning Greek, everything was about a goat.
Really?
So it's everything like, the goat goes to the agora, or like the goat goes to, it's like, oh, really? So anyhow, that's a quick aside. But yeah, the story is that Helena Marcos created this dance / occult arts academy. The town was upset with her, and I think there was like a fire. I actually don't remember fully
It's
this
blurry.
part because the exposition doesn't need to make sense, nor
No.
does it
Yeah.
matter, right?
No.
That's not what matters in this movie. But essentially, she dies, and then they got rid of the occult part, and then it's just a dance academy, a ballet academy.
Or so they
It
say.
really was like her passion, and it's like we're not really all about that. It's just funny in a movie like this that's like so dreamlike and like pure show don't tell.
Yes.
And I mean, this man almost feels like he wants to tell us nothing, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Damn, I need to tell him everything in one scene." Because it's kind of almost like, and not to say that it like is terrible or anything.
No, I hate this part of the movie. This is.
Oh, really?
I would skip over this scene every single time
Damn.
if I could.
I was gonna say like, okay, sure, but it's funny because it's just like it does kind of bring things to a grinding halt. It's just like,
Yes.
let's listen to this man talk at us for a
Well,
minute.
from an aesthetic point as well, we get pulled out of like the mystical, and then we're just like,
Yeah.
here's a courtyard at an institute with people in suits.
Uh-huh. And
What?
he's just like, I
Where's
don't
my
know.
whimsy? You took away my whimsy.
But then after that, after we've been, awake during the day, now it's time to go to sleep again.
Hooray.
Now it's time to dream.
My favorite.
And we get this final sequence here where Susie is essentially like, now she's infected with
The detective disease.
with curiosity. Yeah, all of a sudden, she grows like a magnifying glass out of her. She pulls it out of her back of her head.
Oh
and
my
she's like,
god! Ew. Ugh.
I must investigate.
Mm.
She's over here just like counting steps.
Yep.
She's just like, I put it. What did
How
she say?
does counting help? By the way,
I don't know.
Ow.
Everyone has the exact same stride.
direction, sure. Counting?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
she's
about
like,
that.
the steps go inside, not outside, and I gotta count this. And she eventually like figures out.
She does dream math.
Yeah. She also, like Bird said earlier, dumps out like the paint that she was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for her to figure out what's going on here in a way that, like, I don't know. Now you got me thinking, like, did we even need the scene where they explained that they were
No,
witches?
that's what I think. I'm like, I don't need
Could
the
we have
exposition.
just jumped into here? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what y'all think, because then I'm thinking, like, if we didn't have that, what would we think is happening?
I would just be like, something funny's going on.
Yeah, I think it definitely didn't need to be there, other than to just name who like the final boss is,
Yeah.
essentially.
I don't care. Just kill the thing.
Right. Because we didn't really need a name to it, but I guess that's the only reason that I can think
Yeah.
of, because there doesn't really need to be any sort of. It's more to just like spell it out, like just so you know these are witches, in case you didn't see the silhouettes
Yeah.
in the square when the blind man was killed by his dog. These are witches.
Right.
Okay. If goblins saying witch
Yeah.
as part of their whispering, you didn't get it. These are witches.
In case you can't hear. Yeah, but we get this setup, which I always find hilarious, where it's like, hey, loser, your friends are going out tonight without you.
They're all going to the movies.
Hey,
You're not
nerd.
invited.
You stay here.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we're going to have this bat show up and be like, what's up, dweeb?
Oh my god, the poor bat.
You all alone, huh? Your friends out on the town, huh? Fucking virgin?
Oh. That bat puppet is really pathetic, you have to admit. It's way too plump.
It
Why
may
is
as
it so round?
It may as well has had like a wind up
Oh,
and
yeah.
have like wheels on the bottom and it's just slowly like crawling across the ground.
Really quick aside, my partner and I watched the original Dracula the other night.
Oh god.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
the original Dracula is technically Nosferatu, but the Dracula with Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because when you're watching it, they have like live animals that they show. Like they have in Dracula's castle like armadillos and like
What
Hell
the
yeah.
fuck? It's
and,
like
an,
a
and,
zoo?
a, and a possum. But then when Dracula turns into a bat, it is the most like puppet.
Oh
like
no.
it is the cheapest. Yeah, you could literally see the string in it.
I love it. I love that shit.
Oh,
I've said it
fantastic.
before, I'm gonna say it again. I need vampires back where when they turn into a bat, they have their human head on the bat body.
Very
That's
cartoony.
like my favorite thing ever. Oh my god, I love it. But we got the dweeb. She's home alone. She's like, yeah, I may as well investigate.
It's about damn time. And then she's like, clues. I have them. I'll just follow them. And then we figure out something about a blue iris, which leads to like the prettiest, what I think is like the prettiest scenery.
So
Gorgeous.
the blue iris comes from the night that Susie arrived and saw the woman running out. She screamed something about a blue iris. And Susie remembers this when she gets to the witch's room, which is the office, Madame Blanc's office, and this beautiful mural painting, which is insane. I agree. It's just incredible.
Stunning.
So this beautiful shot of this incredible room. On the mural, there is a blue iris. So she goes to the blue iris and you can turn it, I think. Turn it or press it. And when you do that, it opens a secret door. And so we go into the secret door, and what's behind the secret door is essentially the witch's lair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when she gets in there, it kind of starts to go down.
It gets spooky.
And man, oh man, this final sequence here, she kind of sees some wild shit.
You think?
Yeah, she stumbles upon a meeting of the witches, and Madame Blanc is talking about, we need to kill that bitch, that New York bitch.
Oh, poor Susie. She's
Like,
not a
And
bitch.
yeah, I was like, honestly, she hasn't been snooping around that long.
No.
She literally just got infected by it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just killed the other lady. But it's like, where's this animosity coming from?
It's called being a woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Not
they
a real
brought-
girl's girl. She's
Well-
jealous of her youth.
Something I am remembering, Madame Blanc mentions that she knows Susie's aunt.
Yeah.
Like she used to
Oh.
dance with her, so maybe there's like some sort of jealousy thing of
Mhm.
like
Uh-oh.
gonna take revenge.
Like I said.
You wronged me in kindergarten, and I will never let that go.
Ugh. Sound like me. I'm queen of grudges. Love holding them.
So then Susie finds out this plot. Oh, we didn't talk about the Romanian waiter server.
I call him
Oh,
Igor
yeah.
in my mind because he's
Right.
a little misshapen.
He's shambling around.
Right, and he's a servant to these witches, and it's kind of implied that he's the one that's been killing,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like he's like the one that did the first murder, and so he is kind of on the hunt for Susie after this witches meeting,
Yeah.
Susie stumbles into a different room, and as she stumbles into that room, we hear a familiar snoring sound.
Ooh.
Yeah,
The
we
snoring-
got the CPAP machine out
Mm.
and all
The
that stuff.
loud machine.
And we hear just like the snoring, and you're like, oh shit, that's the what do they call her?
Head
The
mistress.
directress.
Directress.
I was gonna say headmistress, but I was like, that's wrong.
Eh,
That's the directress.
very similar.
That Sarah was so obsessed with. How the hell is this happening? And as she's sort of like looking around, we get this amazingly striking visual of Sarah. And what's up with her?
So she, I think, has put 2 and 2 together at this point because Dr. Occult and Dr. Exposition hammered home how evil Helena Marcos is. And the snoring and knowing that she was the founder of this school, she is now realizing she is still the directress of this witches coven. So she grabs a pair of scissors and is going to essentially try to kill Helena Marcos. But the problem is that we can't see Helena Marcos.
Much like Juan Cena,
Oh.
you cannot see her. Yeah, it's fucking insane. Because it's like, wow, what a weird like power you chose to manifest yourself with. Because it's I mean I guess it's also selective, and we see in a way that she can't control part of it, I guess. But it's like earlier in the movie we saw her shadow. So it's like she still has shape. She's just like invisible. But then she decides to fuck with Susie and like resurrects Sarah in a way.
Which is a great visual.
Really
Really
got
good
it.
visual.
It's like an insane, like it's so striking and it sticks with you. And as soon as you see it once, it's like it'll always be in your brain.
Yeah.
Like I can see it vividly and perfectly right now. It's she just looks insane, and it's one of the most striking aspects is like the eyes.
Yeah.
With like just like the needles just poking out of her eyes, and she like reanimates and starts going after Susie, the directress Marcos. She's also like she starts talking a wild game. And I'm like, lady, maybe secure the dub before you start mouthing off.
Nah.
start,
She's the
you
real
know,
villain.
You know, she's over here bragging. She's about to cross the I mean, very famous in football right now. She's about to cross the end zone and she's dropping the football
Idiot.
at the 1 yard mark.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just like, dog, like I got your ass. You ain't got nothing. I'm about to make your friend
you think
kill
you
you.
can kill Helena Marcos?
Yes,
Nice
bitch.
try. Nice try, idiot. What, fucking loser? You didn't go out with your friends, huh? Virgin.
Aw.
And then all of a sudden, lightning starts just going off, starts flashing. And for some reason, I don't know why,
Just because.
it just like for some reason shows the outline of her.
Yep.
And then
Woo.
and then Susie's like, oh shit. Well,
Here
and
we
then
go.
like just like stabs her in the neck. And I'm also like, why is she talking such a wild game when she's within stabbing distance? She's invisible. She could have like ran across the room.
I'm
and
over
been
here
like,
now.
Hey, you can't find me, asshole. But she's like, nah, I'm just gonna stay in this bed. I'm just gonna stay within stabbing distance and hope that there's not like lightning. And then we just see like the very hilarious outline of a woman. She gets stabbed in the neck. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh shit. My one weakness being stabbed in the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's also like super dirty.
Yeah, she yucky.
And I was not a fan of the way that
Gross.
she looked.
I saw
That anti-Greek sentiment right there.
Hey, no.
Hey, it's not because
That's
of that.
anti-ancient woman sentiment.
Ancient evil witch.
Yeah,
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. So she stabs this lady. And then the movie's over.
Yep.
Well, like
But
the Dance
she-
Academy like burns down. Like
Yeah.
it causes a chain reaction where just
Everything crumbles.
yeah, everything explodes. But it doesn't matter because all the girls are out having fun at
Yeah.
like some premiere, and Susie escapes. So it's just the witches and their, staff.
It's crazy. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, because they made some sort of, was it the guy who hates the Greeks? Who he's like,
Oh,
if you
no.
if you cut off the head of the snake, essentially everyone else will die.
Yep.
So we see that happen.
Like
She
vampire
gets stabbed in the
rules.
neck, and then everyone else is like, "Oh fuck, I'm
Mhm.
dying!" And then the place burns down, and she runs out. Meanwhile, we don't actually see it, but we may as well see a cut of like all her friends at the club. Like, one more time, just oh fuck, this is the best night ever, man! Can't wait to go back to school tomorrow. And
Oh,
then Susie
well.
runs out of the door, explosion, and then movie ends.
And she's smiling because she did the good.
It's just like I always make the connection, or I always make the comment. It's just like movies used to just end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were like,
We gave you
and
what
that's
we
the
got.
period at the end of the sentence, and then we close the book.
Now leave.
I don't need anything else, and you don't need anything else from me. And they're just like, that's the story we told. See you later. I don't know. It's weird.
I like it.
It's weird, but I like it. But it's also like, huh? That's just over now, isn't it?
The secret I saw behind the door. Great Iris. There's a blue one.
To me, this movie is very much not something that I would usually sit down and watch, but it is more so an experience. And it's not something that I'm used to because I'm typically more, you know, susceptible to American horror, which it is very blatant and it just kind of bashes you over the head of it's grief. You get it? Yeah, you understand? I always think of the Babadook when that comes up. But this film is just very much rooted in the subconscious, and it does that in such a way that I have never really seen it portrayed in, and I think that makes this movie very unique. However, with that being said, I don't think I can necessarily call myself show dependent on it, but I am very appreciative.
Oh my goodness. Really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I definitely love this movie. When I say that things just happen, know that I mean it in like the best way, because I love showing, not telling, which is why that whole scene with Dr. Exposition feels so out of the place. And it's kind of maybe like this man panicked and like some people won't get it. I got to explain it to him. And it's like, you don't need to do this, man. It's fine. Commit to the bit that you went with for the rest of this movie. I think this movie is just, the perfect like hallucination. It's like if this just came on randomly at night and you were like half asleep and you
If I had
woke up
NyQuil and
to
I
like,
saw this, holy
yeah,
shit.
any scene of this, you'd be like, oh my God, what the hell am I watching? Is this even real? And I like that aspect of it. I like that it's like intentionally like a fever dream and it's executed well in that way. I love the colors. I love the campiness of it. I love that. I mean, I love the soundtrack so much. This is a movie that sticks with you. It stuck with me. I think everyone who likes horror should watch it. I feel like I have to be show dependent on it. It's like the perfect, if you're doing a Halloween party and you want some crazy visuals, throw this on in the background. And even without sound, people are going to be like stopping and looking and like, whoa, the hell is happening right now? And they're going to get it. They're going to get it even without the sound, but with the sound, with the goblin, it makes it even better. So yeah, show dependent for me. I really do love this film. It's fantastic. And I have to watch it every year.
Typically when there's a new movie that comes out and the reviews on that movie are visually stunning, I usually take that to mean like it's a movie that I'm not going to like because I think it's like not a good plot or it's like, the characters aren't developed well. And look, that might be true for this particular movie, but this movie is like, if you understand it in its particular context as a Dario Argento giallo movie, it doesn't need to. That'd be completely different. If this movie was an American-made movie, I wouldn't feel the same way about it because it wouldn't be done the same way. So the other thing is, again, this is like a dream. It's like an experience. It's an experience. It's not really a movie, and so I don't need it to be the same type of this doesn't need to have like Robert Eggers level detail,
Oh
right?
boy.
This movie, it's okay that like some things don't really make sense, or like we don't really even know what the story like fully is, because it is an experience and you come out of it and you're like, yeah, I just had this crazy dream. And I love that. And I fell in love with this movie from seeing a scene and saying that scene is incredible, and it was because of the visuals of that scene. So, you know, this movie is a top horror movie for me. Um, Not because it's perfect, but because it's a really unique experience that I can't really think of any other movie that I really think is similar or operates on the same kind of plane of existence.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, obviously, I'm very show dependent on this movie. It's yeah, it's an all timer, but it's also Dario Argento himself. There's some other movies like Demoni.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Demons is really that's a fun time. Although there's some controversy about if he actually directed the movie or not.
Oh
Ooh.
really? Damn.
Or like there's a bunch of like ownership issues on the movie. But anyhow, he has other movies. Red, I think is what it is. Anyhow, he's got
He
other movies
does
that are
like
good.
that color. That
Yeah,
would make sense.
I'm pretty sure. I think the movie's called Red. There's like a crazy doll in that movie.
Ew.
That's not like the plot, but like there is a really striking doll in that movie.
Huh.
I'm rambling here, but I would say generally speaking, like there are other Italian horror directors I like a lot more, like Mario Bava. Like Black Sabbath is amazing, so good. Um, but this movie is just like perfect as it is, even if like the genre or like the medium and the way that it's told in other hands I probably wouldn't enjoy. So yeah, I love this movie. Codependent.
Hooray!
Hooray! Well, that was that.
And this is this.
First of all, biggest.
Double thank you.
There you go. Double thanks to our pal Bird for coming in, doing a double dose, getting a double scoop, putting you getting 2 king size bars in your
Woo!
pillowcase for Halloween this year. Thank you to Bird for coming in, being willing to do 2 episodes with us this year. Everyone say thank you.
Thank you, Bird.
Thank you for having me twice.
Absolutely. And well, one half on Zoom, one half in the stew.
Yeah.
Very fun, very exciting things happening here on Sho-Dependent. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you liked what you heard, please follow, download, and spread the word.
Correct.
Leave a rating and review. It definitely does help. And, we read them. We're able to see and kind of like, get a sense of what people are liking and all that stuff. Make sure you tell your dual major dance troupe and Witches Coven that they can find the Show Dependent podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We're talking about Spotify, Google, YouTube, wherever you listen to them, we should and shall be there. If you want to follow the podcast itself, it's at Show Dependent Pod on Instagram, on TikTok. That is at SHO Dependent Pod. You want to follow myself, twitch.tv/Victor V. Sweet. Gorgeous, where can you be found?
You can find me successfully escaping a pit of razor wire, covered in a lot of blood, but I make it out. So, yeah, you can find me there.
And Bird, always with the recommendations. What would you like to say to the people this Halloween season as it comes to an end, sadly?
Oh, the veil, it's so thin.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know. I would say that if you were intrigued by watching a giallo movie like Suspiria, definitely watch Black Sabbath, which it's a 3-part like anthology movie, and the stories are all very different. One is is very much like what a pure giallo is, like a murder's on the loose and is trying to kill a lady at home.
Classic.
Then it turns to a story about like a medieval vampire, like very
Ooh.
gothic. And then
That's
it
fun.
ends with the best one, which is this woman who was like a caregiver for this old rich woman that dies and is going to essentially take some of her things, and something weird happens. It's really good, and
Intrigue.
it's a visual that, I mean, this movie Black Sabbath is maybe from the 50s. If not the
Jeez.
50s,
Oh,
it's the
really?
60s, or like very early 60s.
Wow.
But it is, that visual still holds up really, really well. So watch that, and then Blood and Black Lace is another really good Italian giallo movie that I enjoy. So I'd recommend checking those out if you like
Hooray.
All
Suspiria.
right. Well, hell yeah.
Stop.
And with that, this I guess bittersweetly brings another spooky season to a close. We're happy that y'all have hopefully enjoyed this little another peek behind the veil that is horror into the spooky, the supernatural, and all the fun things that happen with spooky season. We hope to see y'all in the next one. We hope to see y'all and Bird again next year for another season of spookiness and being able to enjoy and talk about the thing that we love, which is horror movies.
Hooray.
Death is coming for you. You wanted to kill Elena Marcus. Hell is behind that door. You're going to meet death now. The living dead.